In this video lesson, we're going to be looking at a part of grammar within the English language, and that is with the infinitives. So we'll be boosting our understanding of using the infinitive, especially within our speaking. Now, the infinitive simply means the base form of a verb, whether it's past, present, future tense. So using the infinitive in a certain way, and we'll get onto that now. So there are different types of infinitives, and we can use the infinitive form of verbs for different reasons, but we're mostly going to be looking at present tense infinitives and verbs today. In the present tense, there are really two types of infinitive. We have to plus the verb, or to plus the infinitive, to eat, to sleep, to laugh, to cry. It almost sounds poetic, doesn't it? And then we have the zero infinitive, which simply means the present tense verb. Eat, sleep, laugh, cry. Now, at times you may hear that using to plus the present tense infinitive can sound strange, but in actual fact, native English speakers use to plus infinitive quite a lot, and for a few different reasons. Within this video lesson, we'll be looking at the three main reasons to use to plus present tense verb or infinitive in English. And here are three different ways that we can use it. First, to explain the reason for an action. So we can use to plus the infinitive to give a reason why somebody did something. We can use to plus infinitive as the subject of our sentences, so it can come first. And also we use to plus infinitive following an adjective. It's important to understand these three reasons, and there was an example I just gave you. Okay, so up first, she arrived early to wait for her friend. So I'm giving you the reason why the subject, she arrived early to wait for her friend. Next up, to learn is a never-ending task. To know is everybody's goal. I'll give you more examples of these in our live video shortly. And following an adjective, it's important to eat healthy foods. It's vital to exercise. So there are three different ways that we can use to plus infinitive. And I've also got some extra information which I'll share with you at the end of the live video when I explain in a little bit more detail and give more examples. So our first reason for using to plus infinitive was to give reasons for an action. So when a person does something, we use the split infinitive to say why they did it. For example, me and my brother went to the bank. Why was that? We went to the bank to deposit some money. Yesterday, I went to the hospital to get a health check. So we can use to plus infinitive to give reasons for an action. The second reason that I really think is useful is as the subject of our sentence, especially at the beginning of our sentence. And in a way, it does make you sound very intelligent, very academic. For example, to study is an important part of everybody's life. To exercise is a real passion. To always understand, and I've added a modifier, always. To always understand is amazing, or whatever you'd like to say as the subject. To eat is to live. So there you've made to plus verb the subject of your sentence. And it's quite an interesting way to use it, but it does give you, it sort of makes you sound quite academic. So it can be a little bit strange to use. But sometimes within, say, for example, an academic speech, or when you want to sound quite reflective and knowledgeable, it's good to use these types of things. To care is to be human. And that's another example for you. The third example we discussed was when we used to plus infinitive after an adjective in a sentence. And it is important to understand this. There was an example of to infinitive after an adjective. And it's usually used to modify the adjective. It's vital to ensure we look after our parents in old age. We could say it's not important to sweat the small things, to worry about things that aren't really vital and important. So we can use to infinitive after adjectives as well. The final extra piece of information I wanted to give you was for the split infinitive. And that is where between the to and the verb, the infinitive, we add an adverb. We were told to carefully read our books. I'm reporting some instructions. We were instructed to stay inside until at least lunchtime. So we can also use a split infinitive. To plus adverb plus the infinitive, the verb. So that really is 4 different ways, in fact, that you can use the present infinitive, definitely looking to plus infinitive, and it's something that's really important within our speech.